This is a horror movie for $17 million, but earned $300 million in tickets. Someone said that when watching the movie, no one dared to breathe. The movie's name is A Quiet Place. The beginning of the movie is a place where there are no people. Here comes a wall. On the wall are plastered with search notices. It seems that there have been a lot of disappearances. In an abandoned supermarket, there is a family of 5 looking for remains. They go barefoot. They must go on tiptoes. The mother is looking for medicine in the pharmacy. Get the medicine first. Fear will make noise. 5 people walked out of the supermarket. Still go barefoot. They walked on the sandy alluvial road. Because going like that makes no noise. But they don't know that. In the hand of the child who follows the last. Have a toy. It was an electric car that had just been taken out from the supermarket. It has a reputation. When crossing the bridge, the father is walking peacefully. Suddenly, the squeak of the toy rang out. The father is frozen. As a little boy, he released his oldest son. Ignore everything that runs through. At the same time, a shadow passed in the woods. Frightened mother and sister covered her mouth, but dare not scream. This is a quiet land in between. Keeping silent is the only way to survive, because the world has been taken over by a monster. They cannot see, but their hearing is very strong. Rely on sound to hunt humans. The family of 4 lucky survivors must be even more careful. They have red lights and surveillance cameras on around the house. And they live in the basement. There are many layers of newspaper on the wall for sound insulation. On the ground, brush a very thick layer of cotton. There are no tools for eating and drinking. Leaf wrap food. Even the chess piece to play was made of string. But the uncontrollable factor has emerged. The mother is pregnant again. It's like a time bomb. At any time can bring danger to the whole family. Because in order to safely receive this new being, the mother cares about her health. Predict your date of birth. Also prepared a soundproof cradle and an oxygen tank. The father is still working on hearing aids. Because his oldest daughter is deaf. He wanted to make her one. But always fail over and over again. The father and son go out to catch fish. Let the mother and the girl stay at the house. The daughter was a bit uncomfortable, but only angry to agree. But out there, the boy comes to a strange house. Boy feeling insecure. Indeed, not long gone the two of them passed an old man. Next to the old man was a body. His wife was bitten to death. That was really scary. It was in the old man's desperate eyes. Has lost the will to survive. The father seemed to have picked him up to do what next, so he gave the signal to tell the old man not to make a sound, but the old man did not want to live anymore. The father hugs his son and runs fast. Stop, there is a tree stump. Shut the boy's mouth. Monsters have arrived. As expected, it crushed the old man. Still at home, the mother is also in danger. Her amniotic fluid was broken. Do not shout, determined not to speak. What about the daughter's daughter? It couldn't be more case than that. She had left the house not long before. The mother tried to endure the pain to step down into the basement, but she doesn't know. Right on the piece of wood was a nail that she took off. She made a big noise. It is only a matter of time before the monsters come. The mother held her leg up in pain. Step over to turn the warning black. As he turned, a monster appeared on his head. The mother was sore to her legs, but still couldn't make any sound. She found an alarm clock. Set the time and hide it. Very soon, the monster will go down to the basement. She covered her mouth. At this time the clock rang. Monsters pounce over. The mother took the chance to run upstairs. Just arrived at the door. Seeing outside there knees another animal. The mother just ran to the bathroom. She is in the tub. The bleeding is not stopping. She took the most breath, trying to control it. If she can't scream anymore, she will die of pain. But the sound is too loud. Sure, the monster would find her in a matter of minutes. Also so, father and younger brother returned in time. See the lights light up. The father said the son quickly went to the popcorn area to set the fireworks, and I went to find the gun myself. The little brother ran like flying, finally got the fireworks. The father immediately broke into the house. See writing patterns in bathtubs. He was startled, but fortunately the wife is still alive. She gave birth to a child smoothly. After the father brought the mother and child safely from the basement, he quickly went to find 2 children again. Before he left, he did not notice. The water in the house has been leaking. At this time, the sister quickly ran home. While running through the corn plantation, waving his brother was trembling. Turned out after setting off the fireworks, the monsters were lured to the corn plantation. Danger is everywhere now. 2 children can only climb up the corn bar, make a fire and wait for the father to save it. The mother in the basement meets the monster again. At the same time, water also flooded into the basement. The water is rising higher and higher. The mother just quietly stepped into the water. Tried to step over and hug the baby. Monsters approached. She was careful, stepped back into the water curtain. The monster heard her voice. And the other side of the disaster happened continuously. The little brother who was sitting on the corn bar carelessly fell down, fell into the corn. This sound is extremely loud. The monster that held the mother quickly ran past. She is safe, but 2 children are dangerous. The boy struggled in the corn, but the corn was like flowing sand, pulling the boy deeper and deeper. The iron also fell down, almost hitting the boy. The person who just saw the situation was not right jumped down. The little girl pushed the iron bar over to her brother. The boy can also climb, but the older sister was pulled down very quickly to be buried by the corn. The brother quickly reached out to save her, finally pulled her up. Greater dangers are approaching. The father, who was at the corn plantation, opened his eyes wide. A monster is flying to the barn. What should his two children do? You two also know the monster is coming. Look at each other to hide, but their breathing is still loud. Monsters have jumped in. Fortunately, it is also difficult to move in the corn. The sisters quickly covered themselves with the iron sheet, but the monster is still on top. Crushed iron. Such a dangerous situation. Something seemed to provoke the monster. It screamed for a few hours and then left. Turned out to be the sister's hearing aid. It made a low-frequency sound that annoyed the monster. But the older sister has yet to realize this. The two sisters took the chance to run out of the corn bar. Just met a running father. The dangers are still unresolved. In the middle of the corn plant, there were the sounds of monsters. The father put two children in the car, holding my axe to stand outside guard. Very quickly, monsters appeared. It sneaks on the father. The son is worried about the father. Can't help but grow out father. Lure past monsters. Two sisters are trapped in the driver's seat, seeing the lives of their children in danger. The father hugs the wound, struggling to get up. He knows what to do now. The father has never been so steadfast in this whole life. He uses body language towards that girl. I love you, forever love you. The daughter shook her head, but the father decided. The monster kills the father. The son also drove away. Not long after, mother and two children meet again. Three people hugged each other and cried, but the danger is not over yet. The monster's character echoed closer. The mother leads the two children to the basement to hide. The sister saw all over the table were all hearing aid components. Just realized how much daddy loves her. The monster came very quickly after that. The mother faced it with a gun. Step by step closer. The daughter suddenly remembered. It seems that the monster was once chased away for its hearing aids. Little girl makes everything. Monsters also have flaws. The little girl put on her hearing aid. Of course it works. The monster twitched in pain, but still persevered. The daughter placed her hearing aid near the microphone. The low-frequency sound coupled with high intensity eventually knocked the monster down. Breathed a sigh of relief. The monster stood up again. To solve it yet. At this time, the camera screen appears. Two monsters are running to the house. What should they do? The daughter picked up the microphone. The mother holds the gun to the barrel. The two of them looked at each other with strength. In this silent land, monsters thought they couldn't be prevented. But the determination and courage to protect the family. This fear of silence can always be overcome.